This question couldn't be any simpler. It's going to be one of my favorite strategies: plug points into equations, right? So right here, we are given points very obviously in the answer choices, and technically it's an inequality that we're given, but it's the same principle, right? We want to plug the points in, and that's kind of just the instruction that they give us anyway in the question, right? Which point is not a solution? So we're going to test these and we're going to see what happens. So my advice, just start wherever you would feel like maybe there's a right answer. You can have a hunch, but you've got to prove it. I'm just going to start with A. Basically, we're going to make sure that that -2 is going into the right place, and Y is going to be 10 in this case, so -3 times -2 plus 2, that's 6 plus 2, so what we have is 10 is greater than 8. That's true, but that's not the answer, right? Because we want to know when it's not a solution. So many people just pick that right away because they're like, oh, like, yeah, it works. And so your brain is used to working being good and being the right answer, but they're really clear. It's all in caps. It's not a solution. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to plug in, but I'm going to kind of skip that first step. -1 times -3 would be +3. So 6 is greater than 5. That is also true. Therefore, that cannot be the right answer. Here we'd have -4 is greater than -3 times 1 is -3 plus 2. So -4 is greater than -1. Let me rewrite that one. -4 is greater than -1. This messes with people. That is not true, meaning this is going to be our answer. And the reason that that's not true is if you have to think about like a number line, right? -4 is less. It's further to the left of that number line than -1. So we think of bigger numbers being bigger, but it's the opposite with negatives. Bigger numbers are actually smaller. So this is incorrect. -4 is less than -1. Just to bring it all home, let's do D, even though we know the answer at this point. -3 is greater than -6 plus 2, so -3 is greater than -4. That is true because, again, on a number line, we would have -3 here, -4 here. So yes, to the right means greater. -3 is in fact greater than -4, and I'll put the other one on there too. -4, and here is -1. And so no, -4 is not greater than -1, it is less. That was choice C. So this can be annoying if you're not paying attention and you're kind of just going for like that first impulse for certain things, right? You're picking an answer that works instead of what doesn't work, or you're thinking about just 4 as a number instead of -4. But all of this is preventable if you know that these kinds of mistakes can happen and the answer choices will reflect that. Be really careful and you should be fine. You don't want to lose points on something like this.